Okay, the Tuesday Texting Torah challenge that we asked hundreds of students was as follows. On Friday morning, Steve placed his coat on the dorm radiator, not realizing that George had placed it on a timer for Shabbat that was set for 1 a.m. So what happened? Unfortunately, at 1 a.m., the radiator went on and it burnt the coat along with various possessions in the dorm room. The question is, who is liable and who needs to pay for all these possessions that were now destroyed? So, I did not yet have a chance to review the response that people gave me, but this is, I think, the way we have to look at it. When he put it down, when George placed his coat on the radiator, it might not be the most normal place to put a coat, but I know we often dump things in many different places, especially in a dorm room scenario. And did he have to think necessarily that it was going to go off at 1 o'clock in the morning? I don't believe so. And therefore, I think in both cases, really in terms of midday Adam, from a, shall we say, a human court, I don't believe anyone is liable. However, it could be midday Shamayim from a ideological perspective, a heavenly perspective. Perhaps George might have to pay and offer restitution Steve has to offer restitution to George for, no, the opposite. George has to give restitution to Steve because, after all of a sudden his coat now went into flames. But could he have, let's say, thought of it? Impossible to think of. But usually, based on the Gemara, if one person brings the fire and that guy brings the wood, it's the second person who brings the wood, who in fact the Talmud says is Pator B'nei Adam, but Chayav B'nei Shemayim. Perhaps I think this could be applicable in this situation as well. But from a human court perspective, neither one would be liable, but it's that second person, in this case the radiator that went off, that created the nezek, created the damage, that perhaps you should offer restitution just to be 100% scot clean. Although, I guess when you're using radiators in dorms, you should put a note saying this is going off at 1 o'clock in the morning in order to avoid such mishaps. Have a terrific Tuesday, everyone, and thank you very much.